Welcome back to the channel. Today it's our team selection for Game Week 14, but first let's have a quick look back at how we did in Game Week 13. It was a disappointing start to Game Week 13 wildcard with a total of 41 points. The weekend started off dreadfully with a triple Liverpool blank versus Nottingham Forest. Salah, captain, went missing throughout the entire game. Carvalho also looked absent, and Van Dijk could have had a monster haul with a clean sheet and 2 goals, but in the end only somehow managed 2 points. Not captaining Haaland really hurt our rank, and the other City boys we brought in this week failed to return. The only positives for our team was an assist from Ben White in a game where he could have had much more, and a clean sheet from Pickford against Palace. However, with all the negatives, we still have a very strong team on paper for the game week ahead. So with that, 41 points meant that our overall rank fell from 3.1 million in the world to 3.7 millionth, a fall of 18%. It's fair to say that the season hasn't gone our way so far. Now on to the team selection for Game Week 14, and it's a very strong looking team. First up in goal is Jordan Pickford. Was chuffed with his clean sheet last week against Crystal Palace. However, this week will definitely be a tougher test away to Fulham. Both teams had great results last weekend, and it sets this one up to be a very interesting encounter. The first player of our 5-man defence is Van Dijk at home to Leeds. I can't believe he didn't get any returns against Nottingham Forest. However, he did look a constant threat from set pieces. With the chance of a clean sheet this week and the off chance of a goal, Van Dijk is someone I definitely have to play this week. Next up is Cancelo away to Leicester. Ever since Walker dropped out of City's lineup due to injury, Cancelo has looked like more of an attacking threat and someone who's always capable of getting in and behind defences, especially vulnerable ones like Leicester. A clean sheet would be a bonus, as we all know how capable Leicester are of scoring in any fixture. Joining him in defence is Trippier at home to Villa. Although Villa had a good game last week, I do fancy Trippier to get at least one return in this game, either from a clean sheet, assist from a corner, or goal from a free kick. He brings a lot of stability to the Newcastle defence, and I would say they're huge favourites to win this match. The fourth defender is Ben White versus Nottingham Forest at home. He looked really dangerous down the right side against Southampton, assisting Xhaka and playing a couple of good through balls to Saka. Forest have looked better in both attack and defence in the last few games. I just think Arsenal will be too much for them coming into this match. Finally, in defence this week is Diego Dalot for the home fixture versus West Ham. I've been fairly impressed with Man United from what I've seen this season, and they don't seem to concede many goals at home. Dalot seems nailed at right back and often plays further up the pitch. I fancy Man United to get a clean sheet and 3 points in this game. First up in midfield is Phil Foden away to Leicester. It was disappointing bringing him in last week, only for him to be dropped on the bench for the first time this season. However, Man City do look better with him playing in the front three, and I fully expect him to regain his place. Leicester have improved lately, but their defence always looks like it has cracks in it, and hopefully Foden can exploit them. Joining Foden is Mo Salah. A really disappointing display versus Forest last week, where at times I forgot that Salah was even on the pitch. It's clear that some of the absentees from Liverpool's squad have affected the team's cohesion and chemistry, and it's difficult to see them dominating teams anymore. However, Leeds do have defensive fragilities, and I expect Liverpool to come back stronger at Anfield, always a chance of Salah returning. Martinelli comes in midfield for the fixture at home to Nottingham Forest. Still one of the best players in the game for his price, Martinelli is an integral part of Arsenal's attack and always looks like he's capable of returning in any match. Forest will put up a good fight, but at the Emirates I fully expect Arsenal to win this. Finally in midfield is the other Arsenal winger, Saka. From watching Arsenal's games recently, I would say that Saka has been one of their biggest threats in attack and always looks capable of getting something from any game. I was really tempted to captain him this week for all his upsides going into this fixture, but I do believe there's a better captaincy option this week. Last up, it's just the one attacker, and it is Erling Haaland from Manchester City. Another 2 goals last weekend, and I was punished for betting against him with the captaincy. The fixture away to Leicester looks very tasty on paper from an attacking point of view. However, it is the early kickoff on Saturday, and those games never seem to go the way you expect them to. Which means on the bench this week we have Begovic, Carvalho, Greenwood and Archer. It feels wrong to leave Carvalho on the bench ahead of a home fixture versus Leeds, but I wouldn't be surprised if he gets dropped for that game, seeing as he was virtually absent in the game versus Forest. The only players I would consider playing him in front of would be White or Dalot, but I trust those two more to score more than him this week. It's a week of midweek European fixtures, so I'll keep a close eye on those matches and see who's most likely to start at the weekend. Injuries may also come into play, but the plan for now is to roll the free transfer, as game week 15 brings some tough fixtures for both Arsenal and Liverpool, and I might consider a double transfer that week. All that leaves is for us to pick a captain this week, and I am backing Haaland to outscore Salah this week. Liverpool just didn't look great in their game against Nottingham Forest, and I just can't see them putting 4 or 5 past any team they come against. On the other hand, Man City are free scoring, and you would expect them to score a minimum of a couple of goals away at Leicester, with Haaland most likely being involved. That concludes our Game Week 14 team selection. The team looks really strong this week on paper, but what do you think? Let me know down below in the comments section, and best of luck for the weekend ahead.